Well, this will be something of a double creature feature, double duplex, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let us get into it. And again, I wanted to do more substantive commentaries for you guys because I do appreciate the channel members or super chats. But I'm going to mesh these two subjects, but I will do something separate on both soon enough. It is just the nature of my schedule because I am working. I know it shocks people, but I do both. I do work, like work with it, whatever you call them, normal jobs, but do this as well. But short preface before we begin that DOA, for whatever reason, thinks I'm stupid. Well, I mean, again, I'm not here to squeeze the money, but you'd be surprised. But if you become a channel member, you'll kind of see the irony of that remark because you're like, okay, you can say many things about me, but to say I'm stupid in a unqualified sense, it's like, yeah, I don't think you know what you're talking about. But let's get to the nature of my stupidity and DOA's victory lap, which, because he's dumb, he's actually legit dumb because he doesn't use words correctly. He doesn't know what the words mean. He thinks he knows what he's talking about, but I have some doubts. So DOA is making this, I don't know, massive enthusiasm that his bond may be revoked and he may go to jail, but he will go to prison happy in the great new Malcolm X knowledge that he knows things now. And he's taken the legal high ground against Nora, Lara, Aaron Smith-Levin, and apparently Rib Guy. And listen, maybe DOA has a case. So let me just spell out his grand discovery. So apparently as a part of these various attempts to destroy his channel, right? And by the way, on the record, I don't think that's a good idea. So Kelly Copter, Aaron, Nora, and others have been doing some sly things to his channel. Now, Nora denies everything. Nora denies she's trying to hurt his channel, but I don't know for sure. So apparently as part of one of these complaints, DOA took away a video, but by having that complaint, they expose themselves legally, and DOA is going to get the upper hand. So for those a little bit out of it, this will be a little confusing, but one of the things that the haters of DOA, and again, I'm not necessarily speaking ill of these people, not a big fan of theirs, I'm just laying out the record. Mexican long hair, Ellie, Pinche Becky, Aaron, Nora now, and Lara and others, they keep going on about his cat. I've really not touched this area. I know DOA likes to lump me in with various characters. I will say I joined them in my skepticism and their skepticism. This matters. Like, but DOA really is angry that they keep talking about his cat, Jazzy. Whatever. I really don't care. Have not really got into that. Even in parodies, I really don't get into that stuff. But anyway, a lot of these haters have. But now DOA is like, but you didn't realize, I'm a clever fish. So now Rib Guy, who is apparently spearheading this whole thing, is an OSA agent, allegedly, according to DOA. Now we are going to go to court to Rib Guy, and I'm going to win. Okay. I don't care. DOA, go to town, man. Go to town. You can have your lawsuit. But as of now, as far as the record goes, I am not a party to any of this. At all. I haven't really talked about Jazzy or you. So, go to town. Be happy in your new Malcolm X knowledge. But I will say, I was just amused that DOA is like, Lanzo, I know about the FINRA. Wow, that's doing a lot of work. You know, I also know this thing about the SEC. For those who don't know, you can Google that. You have to be an American. This will be more familiar. Yeah, I found out about that, 25 years ago. You know, I just love it that DOA thinks he's like, I know so much. You know, it's just a lot of these cast of characters that do the same thing, like Zero Dark Dana, Rotting Jules. It's like, I discovered Hubbard may have some dealing with the Satanists. Thanks, Dana. Yeah, a lot of biographers before you made the same connection. I will give her this, that some people thought the Process Church, which he's talking about a lot now, they thought it was defunct. They thought it went away, but she did a good job showing, no, it didn't go away. It's still technically present. Okay, give her 1 point there. But Dana's whole thing like, the devil, Satanists are real. Yes, Dana, many academics, many specialists have talked about these things for decades. They've also delved into the SEC, into lawyers, into corrupt deals. I will say, to give both of those not very good researchers a point, is yeah, the actual specialized research on Scientology and the Satanists is small. I will say it is curiously pretty small. My attempt last year, I really tried to go hardcore finding some subjects or some literature here. There's not a lot. There's really not a lot. Like, one of the things I cover here is Buffy. You'd probably be stunned at the number of dissertations on Buffy and compare that to dissertations on Hubbard. It's off by a lot. We're talking like a ratio of 10 to 1. You could probably come up with like, just a Google search, maybe 30 dissertations easily on Buffy. Various aspects, of course. With Elron, you'll be lucky if you'll get like, on just one Google search, maybe 5 or 6. There's just not a lot of really genuine material on this. It's not clear why. We can do conspiracy theories, but yeah, there's just not a lot of specialized literature here. So there's that. But I will go through it, and I will give the results to my channel members, and I'm hoping to give them 1 or 2 bonuses. I'm promising a lot, but they'll be getting something. So now let's move on to Reese, who also has been invoking the animals and her love of animals. And I also want to make fun of Marilyn, who is now trying to brainwash Reese into, we're not enemies, Reese. We're actually both women of God. I also know the Bible. I can guide you. But Reese is apparently, through her enemy video, yeah, she actually put out a video called The Enemy. Okay, very ominous. And apparently her audience, listen, just as a side note, I don't know if Reese is being clever. I don't think she's this stupid. So I don't know if she's just that good an actress, like Reese Witherspoon style, or she's playing dumb. But Reese is like, guys, I'm reading my Bible. It's amazing. And she's getting all the names wrong. It's like, I can't really understand it, but you guys gave me a nice Bible. It looks good. It looks really fresh. Guys, look at this. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful cover. So I have no idea what we're doing here anymore. And like, my original commentary was going to focus on her and her Peace Nashville gathering up. And I'll be honest, I thought that wasn't going to happen. I thought that was just a promotion, bunch of gimmick. But apparently that happened too. So Reese has been doing a good job connecting to her audience. Now she's losing people, right? She's lost several hundred people due to her Scoville dilemma. And Marilyn pounding the hell out of her, and the neo-Nazis making a fool of themselves, panicking over her. I think she's much more in control than people think. That said, I'm skeptical about her recent attempt at Bible studies, because I'm like, holy cow, is this ridiculous? And I just find this, and again, I'm more critical of her audience here. Like, what are we doing here? So she gets out of Scientology, escapes that cult, and you want her to just join a Bible cult out of nowhere. Why? Why would you do that? Like, it's just strange to me. It's just strange. Now, I am not some hardcore, diehard atheist, but I would think like, well, if you want to choose a religion, so be it. But I would follow Doug Scott Kramer here. If your first move to get out of Scientology is to enter the local church, whatever it is, or local mosque or whatever, that's probably not a good idea, right? You're not really letting your mind settle and do what's good for you. But again, listen, Reese wants money. I want money. So she's going to pretend to be Bible woman, at least on camera. I'm now the Bible. The Bible and me are one. And it's really good. And these sayings, yes, I'm one with God now. And the God is with me. Right. Well, but back in reality, I don't think her hooking up with Brett and his brother and doing all kinds of criminal shenanigans is very biblically. It's not very biblicals. It's not within the nature of the biblicals. So it all just is coming off as silly and moronic to me. And excuse me, guys, if you're going to see all these biblical quotes I'm using. I'm not here to proselytize, but this is where she is now. Reese is going to be invoking the Bible a whole lot, in the land, in the lion, in the whatever. It's just all very silly and hilarious to me. But Marilyn trying to jump in and act like she's the higher power is peak stupidity, right? Now she's gotten rid of this live, so you have to take this on trust. But she did a live insulting and slandering me and my family. And I believe as a part of the section, I remember this very vividly when she was attacking me. She said, "You fool. I don't even follow the Bibles no more, you moron. I am through with the Bibles." Oh, I was like, oh, okay. So is Marilyn outright atheist? I don't know. But her trying to be now the higher Bible woman with her corrupt false god and false prophet Aaron Smith Levin just sounds peak stupid. It's just stupid. Because, and again, I don't want to call Aaron a Satanist. That makes him sound way more intellectual than he is, right? It's when you find out someone's a communist and you say, oh, they're into Marxism or something. That makes him sound like they're this deep philosopher. No, Aaron's just a grifter. He's just an idiot and a moron. But hey, if you want to consider him a prophet, so be it. But he's more of a prophet like a Satanist who thinks, I now believe in the Black Bible in the way of Satanic. The Church of Uranus and Satanic are one. So whatever Aaron is up to, he's not up to the Bible. You got to give him that. But Marilyn was going to keep gaslighting her and say, oh, the great thing about Aaron and Uranus and me in the Church of Uranus, we save children all the time. That's what we will save the children from Predicus and Marilynicus. And she just, but I will give Reese this. With whatever audience he has, even if it's declining, she's making that money. Don't get it ever twisted, guys. She's making that money. Marilyn, not making that money. And she's also losing the audience because she's dropped below 6,000 people, which I don't know what it was. Was it the Nazism, with the apocalypticism, the water war, or just her sucking Aaron's pipe too many times? Whatever the exact concatenation of causes, even her own diehard moronic audience is like, yeah, this is getting tiresome. We're going to move on to more entertaining fare. So there we go. So Bible Woman 1 and 2 are failing, but Bible Woman 1, Reese, is still making tons of money. I think it's horrifying no matter how you slice it, but she is cashing out the Bible. Marilyn, not doing as good a job cashing it out. So I guess there is a God, and God is punishing her. It's long overdue, but it's definitely due with her.